Hi, family. Welcome in. I hope that you are doing amazing. And today I want to talk about what happens after you raise your frequency. And I'm not really talking about things that you can do to raise your vibration, like, scripting or playing solfeggio frequencies in your home while you clean and those kinds of things. I'm really more talking about what happens after you've done some pretty intense inner work and even had a dark night of the soul, a spiritual awakening, and really initiated and led your own healing and things like that, and how that creates a huge shift and upgrade in your frequency, and it's raised significantly, and to the point that you don't really ever go backwards, right? It's like going from the 3D to the 5D, right? So I want to talk about what happens after that, and that's probably not talked about enough. I'm sure that you have heard of the void, but it still can be a challenging space all on its own after the inner work. And so I just want to get into that a little bit. So again, you've raise your frequency, and now maybe you are experiencing the void, and so you've let go of toxic people, you have committed to your affirmations and are still doing them on a daily basis. Again, you have led your own healing, and you are choosing yourself and your healed self on a daily basis. And so again, what happens after all of this, even though it's glorious and all, if you resonate with this, you know that it's really no walk in the park, and probably why a lot of people don't do it, but why those of us who have can confidently say, like, yes, it's worth it, it's glorious, and you do it because you know that there is a better life waiting for you on the other end of it. But again, it is no walk in the park, that's for sure. And so the void happens after all of this deep inner work, and the void can really invoke feelings of emptiness and loneliness, definitely feeling misunderstood and just feeling in between, right? So if this sounds like your message, if you are, again, resonating with this, then I am going to say what I always do and always affirm this for y'all, which is that if you're experiencing this, you are not broken. There is nothing wrong with you, and nothing wrong with anything that you've done or are doing, or even anything wrong with this space. What is going on is that you are transitioning. This is actually where you get powerful, even though it's presenting its own challenges after doing all of that inner work. And this is what that looks like. So after a frequency shift, the void happens not because you did it wrong. It's actually the complete opposite. It's because you no longer are a match for the people, places, and things that you once tolerated. And this space, as cliche as this sounds, there's just really no better way to describe it. It really is the quiet after the storm. And what is going on in this space is that your old identity is dissolving, but it's also before your new identity is fully anchored in. And so basically it feels like you are in between timelines because you are. The void feels like a lot of things, and for me, they were pretty challenging. And coming across the experiences of others, that seems to be a pretty common theme. But I think why it's so important to talk about is because a lot of what I was experiencing, I was unaware that it was actually so common for the void, and it was really working for me and not against me, and I kind of misjudged a lot of what I was feeling. And so that's really why I want to be super open about it with y'all now too, in the hopes that it will make you feel a bit grounded when you are in the void. And so again, it feels like floating because you are floating between timelines, and it can also feel like nothing excites you. You know, people fall off. You even go through a period of time where you just don't recognize yourself, and nothing that you used to want, you want anymore. And so you literally question all of that. You question everything that you used to want. And so again, you know, a lot of these feelings mimic regression and even a depressive episode and things like that, when that is really not the case. And it's so important to remember all of the hard work that you've just put in. And of course, that's not going to be for nothing, but energy takes a minute to catch up, doesn't it? And so really what's going on is it's not regression, it is energetic reorganization. And the beautiful thing that's happening right here is now the universe is mirroring all of the hard inner work that you've done and is resorting your field. So the universe is really working for you now, which is really a beautiful thing and something that will help you stay grounded in the void. And another thing that's happening right here is your nervous system is integrating a new frequency, and the universe is really on your side and having your back with this one. But it's also really great to do things like go out in nature and also really meet the universe halfway and help your nervous system out and just give it that extra boost as well. And nature is really great too, because it will mimic this new frequency back to you. You know, you'll see it all around you, particularly in animals and even the weather, and just have some really, really cool experiences where you just get to enjoy. So this is a way that you can let the void work for you and even enjoy it a little bit. And it is completely possible to move through the void gracefully and to feel like it. And the key here is to not rush to fill the void. This is a common mistake. It is certainly one that I made, and I had to learn a tough lesson again in allowing and surrender and not overthinking and just giving up control. And so, you know, when people rush to fill the void, this is typically when they collapse back into old patterns just to feel familiar. But again, the key here really, like if you can, it is just the absolute biggest difference in experiencing the void. And that is just by letting it be empty, letting it feel weird, because you are not meant to go back. What you are meant to do though is experience and develop some growth in becoming grounded in the unfamiliar, which is completely invaluable in terms of your development. And it's a really great idea to do a daily check-in with yourself as well. And definitely avoid obsessing. Of course, it's just something that you want to observe. So you'll just want to observe what is dissolving and what new version of you is emerging. And you also want to both honor and hold space for grief and vision. And you want to remember that not only are you leading your own healing, but you are also repatterning your frequency. And every single time that you don't go back, every moment that you don't go back, 'cause that's all you have is the swing right in front of you, that every time you choose to stay grounded and you don't go back, you are locking in your new identity. So the void is not punishment, not at all. It is sacred recalibration. And I really wish that I would have perceived it like that, because I think it would have really helped me. And so that's what I am hoping that it will do for y'all. So think of it like that. It is sacred recalibration, and you are not behind, not in any way. You are always on time. And a great affirmation that I love to use when I feel this way is that I am divinely guided to be at the right place at the right time at all times. And so that really helps too. But it's just always so good to reaffirm those things for yourself, because you just never want to stay in that program, right, of feeling behind, because you're not. You are being reborn. So go ahead and put in the comment section for me, I am grounded in the void. Or if you don't feel like putting it in the comments, just say that out loud or quietly to yourself. But just keep doing your affirmations, y'all. They really do help. And I know I always sound like a broken record with that, but repetition is important, as are affirmations. So I really hope that this helped. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well, and just know that I'm so proud of you. I am always pulling for you, always rooting for you. I am truly so grateful for you. I love you so much, and as always, I can't wait to see what you do.